There's a conversation, a campaign that I'm actually going to be launching soon. It's a conversation. It's a Black man's conversation with thyself. And it's a conversation to where, Byron, you're going to stand up 6'5", 6'5" tall Marine Byron, and you're going to look to your left. You're going to look to your left, and first and foremost, you're going to give yourself grace. You're going to look to your left. You're going to look in the mirror and examine and reflect childhood and think about what was and whatever you've gone through and whatever that was, and you're going to give those situations grace. You're going to thank that situation, even if it was painful, but that was your yesterday.
Yes.
Because the reality is, you still have what the greatest gift, which is life. You're breathing today in your current self.
Yes.
And so your current self does not deserve, right, what you've been through. Because your past situation does not determine your final destination.
Yes.
Right? So we have to make a decision in this conversation with ourselves, because now we're going to do what? Turn to the right. Once we acknowledge what was, and we let go and let God have that, now we're in our current. Now we're charged. Now we're on fire, because guess what? The future you is smiling. He's rejoicing, because you're going to do what? You're going to speak to things that are not, that as though they were your future self, right? To your right. We're no longer living in our yesterday.
No.
Okay? And so now in my current, there are things I have to do. The prerequisites. This is a new me. My language is shifting. I am deserving. I am capable. So the point is that this is where we got to get to, right? To shift those thoughts, to eliminate that 70% statistic.
Yeah.
Because those thoughts have no place here. Right? We have to bind the works of the enemy. He has no place here. And that's, and it seems so simple, but it's so difficult and so hard for many.
Yes.
And it's almost this: aren't you sick and tired? Aren't you tired? Isn't enough enough?
You get comfortable in chaos.
But exactly, I know my discomfort right now. I don't know what it feels like when I decide to change. That will require more energy. That will require more effort.
No, you know
your
what
primitive brain. Your primitive brain doesn't want
this is
you
the hurt you.
to
I know
do
what
this.
the hurt me looks like.
No.
The healed me is scary. I don't know who that person is.
Wow.
I live
I know
with
how
hurt
that
me
feels.
every single day.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so scared of healed me that I will stay here in comfort because I know what I know.
Yeah, it's the devil you know. That's so much better than the promise of what can be better. And also, you know, when we talk about the mental and you talked about body, you need to be able to release all the pressure and emotional stress from your body. So I think you do this as well. I take my clients through a somatic experiencing as well with parts work. So I do, you know, internal family system. I combine it with attachment and also with somatic work. So we close our eyes and we go inward into the body. And when client comes to me and says, I have stomach pain, I have throat pain, something is on my chest heavy, on my head, we literally find meaning in those parts of your body, right? What is the message from that stomach ache? What is this really, you know, okay, it's an anxiety. Okay, anxiety, it's an emotion. What's the sensation? Oh, it's heaviness or tightness or something else, right? Okay, what's the message of that in your body? And there is always a message, and I cannot predict what it is because you have to be so in tune with yourself. I ask the question, I guide them, and things come out of their mouth that they didn't even expect. So for example, I had a client and he comes to me and he says, I have a lot of pain in my stomach and my head. Something is wrong. I need to see a doctor. And then we go on a journey. And then we find out this person has a stepson. The stepson is being difficult teenager. And it's causing issues in their marriage. And then we discover that this person was a difficult teenager and caused problems.
Wow.
It's passed down.
Correct.
Wow,
so
passed
now
down.
I'm not only the troubled teenager I see in the stepson, I'm also the person who will be left.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because right?
And
So
the
it's
kid's
this was
triggering the adult, which is triggering the
correct,
situation.
and right, and the wife triggers this, and I'm like, oh, so you are living through two stories. And then I say, why do you have so much headache? Like, where is your step parent? oh, they passed away. And I'm like, oh, now we are wondering,
have no
now
way to
you
place
are
it.
worrying that you are going to pass
Yeah.
away. There is so much emotional that we
Wow.
carry in our body as sensations.
Yeah.
The anxiety, yes, it's mental, but it's also somatic. It's also memory. We
feel
can
it.
literally, when we talk about integration, name it, experiences, be with it. You cry through it, you talk to it, you release it, you hold space for it. Because nobody else was holding space for that part of you that was scared or angry. So the more you can stay with the discomfort in your body and witness and feel through it, it starts to transform within your body. It starts to merge into something different. I had a client yesterday. She went from pain in the stomach, where she felt I can never have pleasure because I'm responsible for my whole family, to then that transforming to bright unicorns
Wow.
within her, within
Wow.
20 minutes, right? So
It's a lot of
integration
work.
is it is a lot of work. It's
So you do
uncomfortable.
you do somatic. Mine's similar.
Yeah.
I do neuro-linguistics programming, which is similar to that with
Yeah.
breathing and everything like that. So you're having them sit and find a safe space.
Yeah.
So even no matter where you are, find a safe space, whatever is the safest space that you've ever felt. Christmas Day, with your grandparents, with your anywhere that you felt safe.
Wow.
And if you don't have one, then let's
You
create
create
one right
one.
now.
Wow.
So as you're creating the space, you give yourself room. And the reason why people can't change or they refuse to change or they're holding on to this pain saying I'm comfortable with it is because your anchor, you have an emotional anchor that is not attached to future you.
But
There's
past
nothing
you.
there. But it's so much emotion trapped in your body and with that past you that you're just bringing them along everywhere you go. And you're just like, hey, yeah, come on, come with me. But if you sit and release that and have a new emotional attachment to future you, there was an emotional attachment that you and your wife created together to be in this life right now. You could manifest all you want. It does not work unless you add an emotional attachment and
100%.
anger. Your why is weak because there's no emotion attached to it.
Right.
You have nothing attached to it. If your why is money, it's going to fail.